So what really is the difference between a fruit and a vegetable? Let's clear up the confusion. Hello, I'm Dr. Ped Danishkar, a botanist and ecologist, and I'm here to help you understand the difference between a fruit and a vegetable. First, why are we confused about this? Well, it's because in the English language, we mixed up what are culinary terms and biology terms. In the culinary world, fruits and vegetables describe things based on how they taste. Vegetables are typically things that we think of as savory, that we put in meals or side dishes. Things like broccoli, things like Brussels sprouts, things like peppers. Also in the culinary world, we tend to think of fruits as things that are sweet, that we put in desserts, like apples or plums. In biology, we tend to focus on function, thinking about what each thing does. So, for something to have the botanical or biological definition of a fruit, it must have seeds. In other words, fruits are a mature ovary. Their function is primarily in reproduction and dispersal. A lot of fruits have bright colors, like an apple or a tomato. The purpose of these colors is for attraction. They like animals to help them out with their dispersal. When an animal sees that a fruit is brightly colored, it'll be drawn to it. It'll eat it and potentially walk away, spreading the seeds. Now, the color is really helpful because not only is it attractant, but it helps let the animals know that the fruit is sweet and ready to eat. If you've ever had a piece of unripe fruit, you'll know that it's not as sweet, not as delicious. So essentially, plants are using us as a way to use their plant dispersal. Now, all fruits come from plants that produce flowers. Not all plants have flowers. Only plants in the clade angiosperm. Angia is Greek for vessel or container, and sperma means seed. So, a vessel for seed. All angiosperms produce fruits. Now, there are some plants that don't have flowers that use seed dispersal in other ways, such as cone-bearing plants. Here's a cone from a sugar pine. Or things like ferns, which use spores. Now, in the biological terms, a vegetable is simply any part of the plant that we consume that doesn't have seeds in it. This could include leaves, stems, roots, and in the case of an artichoke, the flower. Now, if you really want to know whether or not something you're looking at is a fruit or a vegetable, best thing to do is just check for seeds. Let's try a test. Is this a fruit or a vegetable? Seeds right there. It turns out this squash is a fruit. I hope this gave you some clarity. Thanks for watching.